think it was around June 2020.
It was, I think, June 2020.
I guess like everyone, I was just getting sick of my roommate.
I think I was just looking to start like dating again. It was a really weird time.
I had the idea, I was like, hey, maybe if I get on the dating apps, maybe I'll find someone that wouldn't normally be on a dating app.
He had the cutest profile. He only had 2 photos. One was of him with his family in Hawaii, and then the other was like a black and white selfie he had taken.
You know, I kept looking at her photos, and you know, the main thing that really stood out to me was her smile.
And he had a really sweet smile.
I think in the beginning it was a lot of texting.
We would do phone calls and like virtual dates. We didn't FaceTime or anything, but we would talk on the phone quite a bit.
I think the question was always, you know, when would we be able to meet each other?
And so we decided to get 8 a.m. coffee in July, so it was very hot.
And so I brought her a dirty chai latte. That was my favorite at the time.
He was already sitting there and had coffee for me. He had brought coffee.
I just remember her kind of like walking out from behind the tennis courts and just kind of being stunned by just how beautiful she looked.
And we sat down, just had like a really nice, like fluid conversation. It was super comfortable.
And we just were talking until you kind of like neither of us could stand the heat anymore.
I remember leaving and having butterflies, and I hadn't had butterflies in like a very, very long time. So it was just this special kind of feeling.
We both drove away just with big smiles on our faces and just felt right.
The first time I felt like I was falling for Kev, I feel like I knew early on. And I was like, oh no, am I insane for loving this person so early on?
She had said it to me on Halloween.
And I remember being really nervous, but I decided to tell him then. He was like, oh my gosh, like, of course I love you. Like, why are you so nervous?
Of course I said I love you too. And that was when I started thinking about proposing.
We had been planning a trip up to Washington State since I saw this very cool spa hotel on TikTok.
We're big spa people, and so we wanted to go check out this, you know, supposedly the best spa in America in Washington. And I thought, you know, what better time to propose than when we're both completely relaxed and just enjoying ourselves in nature.
So it was kind of like our big trip, and we had also been kind of like designing my ring together, so I wasn't sure if it was here or not.
Taylor is she picks up on details very easily, and so I knew it was going to kind of be an issue to get this ring into my pocket without her knowing.
So I had a feeling that it might be on our big trip, but I wasn't sure.
So we went on a walk, and I didn't put it in my pocket just because I knew that she would have been like, what was that? What did you just put in your pocket?
Kevin was like, oh, should we go get some drone footage, like a sunset drone walk? And I was like, yeah, let's go. So there was this really beautiful river right behind the hotel where we could kind of go and do a little nature walk. So we went on our walk, and Kevin was just taking some drone footage like he normally does. And he asked me to hold the drone controller, which is something I never do. So I definitely thought something was up.
And as I kind of brought the drone back and got it closer to us, I gave Taylor the controller for the drone, and I said, hey, can you hold this for a minute? And she immediately kind of was looking at me like, this isn't normal.
And I saw him reaching in his backpack. So I was like, oh, I think it's happening.
By the time I pulled it out, I got down on one knee and just asked Taylor, will you marry me? And she said yes.
I think it was a pretty calm yes. I teared up. But, you know, he just said, Taylor Cunha, will you marry me? Straight to the point. And I, you know, said yes, and we hugged and we got it on the drone footage. So I did like a little wave, but it was really sweet.
Sedona was kind of the first trip that we took together. But it's also, I think, where we first started to, you know, really see a future with one another.
Sedona, because it was where we went on our first trip together. We always joke that that's where we fell in love, because we just have like a lot of funny memories there on our first trip.
Sedona just really has like a special place in both of our hearts, because we pull from those first experiences of kind of falling in love with each other. And we always like to think back to those times and just laugh and, you know, really appreciate just the time we got to spend in Sedona.
Wildlife out here, and yesterday there was a huge family of deer that came through our yard, and they were eating all of the juniper berries from the juniper tree out front. And that was kind of special because when we got engaged, there was a mama deer and a baby deer who came by right after Kevin proposed. So the deer are pretty special, and when we were scouting for locations, we saw another couple of deer at a house we were renting. So it feels like a little deer blessing.
Yeah, they're following us.
Yeah, they're following our journey.
Tay was born in the Belize City Hospital in Belize, Central America. And within 18 hours of birth, she was on her first flight. So right out of the gate, Taylor was doing some amazing things in life that most other infants had not yet done. It's so exciting to see Taylor's life unfold and all the amazing things she's accomplished.
When Kevin was probably 2 or 3 years old, one of the games we used to play is I would sit on the floor and I would just kind of put my arms and my legs out, and he'd run as fast as he could into my arms, and I'd pretend to fall over like I had to fall over. He was such a big kid, he was going to knock me right over. And he just loved it. He would laugh in the most joyful way that I've ever heard. Kevin, all along, has brought me boundless joy from the moment he was born. Today, however, he really took it up a notch. I think in marrying Taylor, this is even better.
Dearest Kev, I got this card because it made me tear up a little in Target, thinking about how much I love you. Considering where we are, it's fitting. This morning, the sky was so clear and I saw 3 shooting stars. It was difficult to think of a wish because my life is so sweet with you. I think in many ways I knew this day would come because you make life sweet, easy, and fun. Thank you for being my number one supporter even when I don't believe in myself. You are my everything. And most of all, thanks for being yourself. I love you beyond belief and I cannot wait to call you my husband. Your almost wife, Taylor. I hear something. I do. Oh my gosh. Wow.
You ready?
I'm ready. You look beautiful. I love you. Let's do this.
We're getting married.
Let's do it.
We're here today because through all of your discoveries, you found that love that continues to grow. Kevin has a partner who can transform his world with her smile. The woman who can literally take his breath away with her laughter. The person who fascinates him with her creativity. And what better way to move into this even deeper expression of your commitment than to stand together in Sedona, surrounded by nature. Having your ceremony in Sedona is perfect for you. That place of your first trip together. The beginning of your inseparable connection.
Kevin, my partner, my love, my favorite. You've been on my mind for the last 1,268 days, and you'll remain there forevermore. We met during the most uncertain of times, but I was so certain about you. Your patience, creativity, kindness, and mix of warmth and coolness proved irresistible. In the beginning, sometimes I would think, are we moving too fast? But it always felt right, just like everything does with you. Now we're back in Sedona, where our first weekend away proved that we could face life's challenges together. From creepy critters to malfunctioning HVACs amidst the desert heat, we've learned that these small setbacks make life's sweet moments even more magical. In you, I have found a lover, best friend, patient partner, and a dog dad. I love hearing your bursts of laughter throughout our home, watching you pace our living room explaining a new idea, hearing your creative musical genius from the office, and of course your sweet kisses. Thank you for loving me just the way I am. I vow to nurture the creativity that resides within you, to cherish your gentle spirit, and to be a source of unwavering support as we navigate this life together. Today I choose you to be my partner, my love, my forever. I love you today, I love you tomorrow, I love you always.
Words will likely fail to describe how I am feeling in this moment, but I will do my best. Ever since that moment, we were speaking in the driveway of the Havasu house. I had a feeling that we would find ourselves here. We have shared so many moments together over the last 3.5 years. And when I think about our story, it plays in my head like a song. Each moment with you sounds like a chord on the piano that fills me with a curious joy and overwhelming warmth. In music, there is the concept called the tonal center. Every chord progression starts with one chord, and the music always finds its way back to that first chord. The tonal center is the resolution point, the resting place. Taylor, you are the tonal center in my life. I promise to always keep you there, and I will forever revolve around you, no matter what kind of noise life throws in the mix.
Gaze into one another's eyes. See that love that lives there just for you. As I pronounce that you are husband and wife, please seal your vows with some nice lip kisses.
We just got married.
We did.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
Do you feel any different?
I do. The singing bowl did something to me.
The singing bowl did something.
Did something. Any other questions? We should have brought the fish out.
I could probably do it like this, I bet.
I just want to start by thanking you all for coming to the Brannigan household. We're so excited to be able to just celebrate with everybody. And, you know, this is our first time hosting anything as husband and wife. And it feels great to say that. It feels different in my heart. I feel so much happier. And I just want to thank you all for being here with us to kind of celebrate.
Nothing seems that different, I guess, except now we're married. Like wearing a ring is different for him. Yeah.
We are so happy that Kevin's become part of our family. I trust you completely to take care of our daughter and to be a great husband.
I could focus on what a brilliant choice that Kevin has made marrying Taylor. Welcome to our family, Taylor. Instead, I think I'm just going to focus on one thing, and that's my overwhelming emotion right now, which is one of pure joy. Let's raise our glasses to celebrate your union and the joy that you bring to our lives. To Kevin and Taylor, may your life together be a joyful journey that we all celebrate with you. Cheers.